I really desired to go. It just hit my heart off the bat after them talking to us in that Sunday morning. I knew I wanted to go. And I felt like that God put it on my heart, and I knew I always wanted to go. So I just was ready. I'd never been so ready. I never had acted so quickly, because I knew I didn't have a lot of time, and everything was great. It fell together, and everything just really went, I think, God's way.
I was a little apprehensive myself. Foreign country, never been out of the States. Like the furthest I've been in Mexico was like the border town. So there was a little fear as well, but I quickly got over that. Again, the support from everyone that was there with us. We all clung to each other.
I'd always wanted to do something kind of like this. I never really thought it would be to this extreme, but I've always kind of wanted to do more stuff, I guess. And then when I heard a couple of the other people that were going talk about it, I thought, this might be something that I could do. So, of course, I told you, let me know if you heard of anything, and you said, let's just do it now. Why wait?
There was this little boy that was chasing after the bus, and once we parked, he ran up to me as I got off the bus, and he just started speaking Spanish like crazy. I only, of course, understood half of what he said, but he basically told me that his name was Angel and that he was 5, and that his friend had invited him to this church, and he just kind of, I remember that he told me, he said, I'll show you I'll take you to church, I'll show you how to get there. And he just took my hand and took my heart along with it and just led me to the church. And I kind of stopped him before we got there, and I pulled out of my bag, I'd taken some bouncy balls and some bubbles or whatever, and gave him some, and I was his best friend at that point.
We were riding in the bus up to the church building, and children were running alongside of it, waving at us. People were standing outside of their homes looking to see who it was. And when we got to the church, there were handshakes and hugs for the men and the women. The children would run up and hug you. And he's speaking in a language that I didn't understand, but with hearts that were open to my heart, and speaking a language of love and understanding that we were brothers and sisters.
I didn't really know what to expect. People had told me that have gone before, this is what you're going to see, this is how these people live, but I wasn't really prepared for it, I guess. And it was really sad, but the people weren't sad. They were happy. They were so excited to see you. The little kids would run out of their houses and wave as the bus went by. And I think that was probably the coolest thing.
The church there, they supported you and loved you open arms, even before they even knew us.
Mm-hmm. The people are just like us. They're just in a different position, a different place, and the Bible is right. Those people they're not tied up with all the things that we have to juggle and do. And we get too busy, and we have no time for the most priorities, sometimes like we should take care of. That's why I think they have rich in faith.
Mm-hmm. We went into church, and the service was unbelievable. Kind of gives you a brand new appreciation for the song Shout to the Lord when you're surrounded by people that, they don't have a screen, they don't have a projector, they don't have anything. They're singing from their heart, and their eyes are closed, and they're shouting the word "Shout to the Lord" at the top of their lungs, and you not only get chill bumps, but you can feel the Spirit in that place, and you know that no matter how much you give, you're going to get so much more out of the experience.
It's funny because I don't speak the same language as any of the people there, and I tried, and I was horrible, but we all loved Jesus, and just to hear them singing the songs and them trying to teach me the songs in Spanish, it was really, really cool.
They had a table set up, and they asked us to join them. they brought from their own kitchens food to prepare for us. Their knives and their cutting boards that were, for them, were very good, but for us, we would assume was just a piece of lumber. And they shared with us out of what little they had, even though we came from the abundance of what we have. They were sharing with us in a way that I don't believe that I've ever been shared with before.
I wish everybody could see what we've seen, and they're such beautiful people in their hearts and their love, and they may not have any money and they may not have any worldly things, but they make up for those lack of things in their open arms and in their heart and their love and their willingness to bring you into their city and their home and their church and to share what little or much that they know with you. They're just as excited about you being there as you are about being there. So it makes it all worth it to be able to go down and know that once you're sitting in worship with these people, and you may not know what they're saying, but you can sit down and have an entire sermon and song service, and whether it's in English or Spanish, you look around and go, oh my word, all these people are all followers of Christ.
They didn't really know where their next meal was coming from. The Lord's Prayer, when he says, give us this day our daily bread, that means something now, because they don't know where their next meal is really coming from sometimes.
Oh, it was great. It was wonderful. We had a great group of ladies prepare us here before we left. Shelley was instrumental in getting the activities going, and we had songs that were in Spanish that we taped up to the walls. We had wristbands so we could organize and control the chaos with the kids. We had willing hearts when we got there who were willing to lead the children around and to help them participate in the Vacation Bible School. And it was just, children kept coming and coming and coming, and we had enough for 200, and we stretched it for 225.
They just loved us. I mean, they just came out of nowhere, and I've never played with kids that much in my entire life, and I really loved it. And they just really enjoyed someone there that would spend time with them, and that was really fulfilling for me. I mean, I'd have to say that playing with the kids was probably the best thing that I enjoyed.
It was a great feeling seeing all these kids, and some of the parents and stuff, of course, were there, and they just look up to you and just are so happy to see us there, and they're just expecting the best or whatever. They're just there to see what it's about.